This is always fun. Here's a foundationless frame that I put in a little while ago. I'll just pop the, whoop, got a bit of smoke there. I'll just pop the date that I inserted this foundationless frame into the hive on the screen right now. And if you look in close, I don't know if my cell phone can pick it up. There are cells in those, there are eggs in those cells. In the very center of those cells, the queen has laid, those are drone eggs, because you can tell by the size of the cells, they're drones. Pretty neat, huh? So I'm adding another box to this hive, because they're beginning to backfill the brood nest. And you can see here some of these cells inside the brood. Every empty cell is being filled with nectar instead of eggs. And that's not a big, gigantic backfilling of the brood nest, but it's kind of in the ballpark, right? And this one, it's the same thing here. You can see all the shiny, empty cells in the brood nest are getting filled with nectar. I'm going to play it safe and give them another box, give them more room so they don't, if they want to make honey and put nectar in all these cells, then I'll give them more room to put nectar in those cells instead of taking up space where the queen could lay. Now, this is a queen cup. It's not a swarm cell. It's just a queen cup. It's that they're there just in case they need to swarm. And what I do is when I see those queen cups, I open them up with my hive tool to see if there's an egg or any kind of larva or royal jelly in there. And if there isn't, then I know they're not swarming. This is a frame of plastic foundation that I've been using for the past couple years, 2 or 3 years now, and I bought a whole load of this stuff that didn't have any wax on it, and you can still see the bees are not drawing comb on this foundation. They don't want to touch it. Look, they're just pecking away at it. 2 years and they're still working on it. What a waste, huh? That's the reason why I got into waxing my frames like this, my foundation, because of this. So I had to add another medium to this hive because it's exploding with brood. And I didn't have much choice but to use a medium that I've inherited from a beekeeper who's no longer into beekeeping. And you can see right here, there's about 3 millimeters of extra space here on top of this super, and probably another 3 millimeters on top of that space on that super. It's got a big, massive crack going down between the supers because this is badly made. And it's just a pain in the butt, and I'm not going to use it. I have to check on this hive down here before I do anything, but I'm going to cut one of my deeps down properly to the proper size and with a nice flat bottom as soon as I'm done inspecting. But this is why I'm off of homemade supers. They're just so generally inconsistent. They just don't fit, and it's a big headache. So anyway, but this colony is just like all my colonies. They're right just on the verge of swarming. Really, just beginning to looks like they're backfilling the brood nest. Some queen cups, but no eggs in them yet. And so I gave them basically a full super with just foundation, but it's completely waxed over with beeswax like this. Hopefully they'll go to town on that and the queen won't run out of room to lay. I saw some drawn comb or some empty open comb for the queen to lay, but not a lot. So hopefully I did enough to just hold them back, and so they won't be swarming. But otherwise, what a summer, man. My bees are making, well, they're not making honey, they're making bees. Lots and lots of bees. But we've switched over to past the solstice now, so the queen should stop laying as many eggs as she has been in all these hives. And once the solstice kicks in and they know, okay, time is running out, the days are getting shorter, that's when they kick into high gear for hoarding their honey. And so now is when the honey production should just really, over the next 2 months, it should be nothing but honey production as the brood production goes down a bit. All right, now I've replaced this lousy hunk of junk super with a half decent one. That looks way better than what I had over there. This thing hunk of junk. Never going to use that again. So we've got 3 mediums in the bottom, which is basically your brood nest, and 2 mediums up top for my honey supers. And loads of cap brood, just brood all over the place. Now they've got some foundation, so they've got to make some comb, and hopefully they will. Done.